Yeah, we have been talking a lot about ethically mining and social responsible manufacturing. And these are very important topics, but there's another topic that has to be taken into consideration. That is the environment. And of course, for me as a biologist, as a long-year conservationist, the protection of the environment within our operations is the absolute most important question, probably as a personal goal. So if we analyze our operations, then we can see that we have a little advantage over other mining areas, because as we are not looking for gold and we're not looking for copper and other metals, we're not working in areas that are environmentally sensitive. So for example, we are not working in the rainforest. The gold mining in the Peruvian rainforest is a disaster for nature. It's contaminating the world with mercury, it's erasing the rainforest and leaving a desert moon-like landscape that is basically unrecoverable. So the loss of biodiversity is dramatic. So gold mining is really hard to do in many environments in a sustainable, well, sustainable is not possible, but in an environmentally friendly way. But crystals and the minerals we work with are basically mined in the Andes. And luckily, not even in the Andes that go to the rainforest, so on the eastern side of the Andes, which is with a lot of rain and with a cloud forest, but on the western side of the Andes, which comes up from the coast, and we have a desert in the coast, and we have one of the driest deserts on earth in Peru, where it never rains. It's not like in the Sahara, where every 20 years you get a rain and the flowers are blooming up. No, we have no rain at all. I mean, in 22 years I'm here in Peru, I've never seen a drop of rain in my life. So if you don't have rain, if you don't have rivers, if you don't have lakes in your mining areas, means you basically have no animals and no plants. I mean, there are a few around, but it's not a lot of animal life, it's not a lot of plant life. So you're per se, just from the beginning, from the geological situation, you can't destroy a lot of stuff. Then the other advantage of crystal and mineral mining is that it's a very superficial mining. So it's not going into the deep. You don't have to eliminate entire mountains and grind them into powder like they do it in gold or metal mining. You are going to find very little veins and very little eyes of crystals, and you basically scratch them off the surface, means a meter deep, a meter 50 deep, and then that's it basically. With a few exceptions like Chrysocolla, where you go up to 60, 70 meters deep in mining, real mining operations. But basically, the environmental impact of this kind of mining is not affecting a huge surface, because it's very small scale. And you don't need any chemicals, so you don't use mercury or any other chemicals that could contaminate the soil. So from that point of view, we are basically very low impacting as a mining industry. But then also it comes to the work in the lapidary workshop. And here there is a lot of opportunities to become more environmental friendly. For example, we are living in a desert here. Lima, the capital of Peru, is in a desert, no water. So saving water is very important. However, the entire process of cutting, slicing, shaping a stone into the shapes that we all love to buy in the crystal shops, like the hearts, the spheres, etc. All this is done with water. Water that has to drip permanently on the machines in order to cool the machines to not break the stone with the heat that is generated in the process. So when you use lapidary machinery, you use a lot of water. And when I say a lot of water, I'm meaning a lot of water. If we become bigger like we now, basically we would use a swimming pool in a week. I mean, a big one. So saving water is very important. So what we did is, in a lapidary workshop, all the machines are working with water. So water consumption in a desert is of very big concern. So saving water for us is very important. But how could you do that? Now, if you look at this machine, which is one of our self-made cap kings to work the stones, You can see it's maybe not nicely painted, but it works very well. It's all wood, which is covered with fiberglass. And then you can see no water line here. So this machine is not connected to any water line. So where comes the water from? It's a closed cycle. It's a cycle of water that we have constructed, where basically water comes in from these pipes, goes on the machine where you work, and then falls in on this table. This table is also with fiberglass protected, so it doesn't get broken. And then you see all this water will flow to the back of the table, and there you have a hole. So if you look at the table from the side, you will see that below the hole is a simple bucket. And this simple bucket is a very simple filter. It's just gravel, sand, and it cleans the water that comes dirty from the surface of the table, and it drops from here into another bucket. And in that bucket, we have a very simple aquarium pump. So this pump from the aquarium shop pumps the water through the blue pipe up again into the machine, where we can open it wheel by wheel to use it. So this system has no loss of water. It's a cycling system, and the only loss of water we have is spray of the water. So instead of using huge amounts of water, we basically refill the buckets once a week. So we're talking about 20 liters of water per week per machine, which is probably, I don't know, 2.5–3% of the water that we used before we implemented that system. So we can say proudly we have reduced our water use in more than 90%. Now the next step will be for us to save energy. That means we have to invest into solar systems in order to get solar cells on the roof and save energy. And that is what we have programmed as a next step when the company grows and gets more successful, and we have the money to invest in this kind of technology.